Hello and welcome to my corner of the internet. I'm Darkbloom, and today we're going to be talking about Starfield. Yep, it's finally here, at least for Premium Edition owners. It'll be out for everyone on PC and Xbox in about 5 days, but I got my hands on it, and it's not bad, honestly. It's better than I expected, which at first wasn't saying much, and then the reveal, the deep dive got me interested in it, to say the least. And now that I've actually played it, about 5 hours worth of gameplay as of recording this video, I have my first opinions on it. So I think it's a really good game, and I'm not disappointed. Nowhere near like I was with Cyberpunk. With that being said though, Starfield is far from a perfect game itself. Bethesda has their formula, and that is definitely here with Starfield. Like, if you played a Bethesda game, you know what Starfield is going to feel like. It is a Bethesda game through and through, and that is fact. There's Bethesda bugs, there's Bethesda funny bugs, and there's Bethesda dialogue gameplay, man. It's a Bethesda game. What do you expect? But it's probably one of their best games, if I'm being honest, so far. Like, if the story drops a ball or something like that in the next 30 hours of gameplay, then that opinion can change. I'm gonna be making like 3 videos of like 25 hours of gameplay, then like 50 or 100 hours of gameplay. You get the point. I'm gonna make more of these videos, but right now this is my impressions 5 hours in and nothing beyond that point. So let's dive into Starfield, and let's talk about the game on the block this week. Starfield is Bethesda's first new IP in 25 years. Yeah, 25 years. And they didn't make Fallout. We gotta keep in mind they bought Fallout, but they did make the Elder Scrolls. So for this adventure, we're not in a wasteland or a fantasy land. We're in outer space, bitches. And let me tell you, they are very ambitious with this game. You can tell from the get-go how ambitious and how passionate they are in this project. I'm gonna be honest, this is a Bethesda game that has soul to it. You can tell a lot of care and thought went into a lot of these systems and mechanics and areas, but there's also some parts of the game where it doesn't feel like they paid any attention to it, like the NPC walk speed, for example, because man, the NPCs walk so goddamn slow. Let me tell you, it drives me nuts, man. It drives me nuts. Watch this. There was this one side mission, which is what I'm showing now, where you had to escort this guy to get some items back, and I swear the walk took 10 minutes. I had to speed this clip up 10 times. The NPC should not walk this slow when the area is this big. This drives me nuts. It's my only huge gripe with the game at the moment, is how slow the NPCs fucking walk when you're supposed to be following them. Like, it takes forever. Why? So after you do the first mission, after you do the mining section for about 10 minutes, you get to create your own character. And the custom character creator in this game is very well done. I actually really love it. They have a system where you can like mold together different presets together to shape them as like your own. So like, say what's an example here, jaw 1 and jaw 5, you can shape them kind of together if you wanted to, and it's really cool. Like, the character creator in this game is top notch. They did fantastic with it, and I also made a really dumb looking character, and I'm not going to apologize for it. But yeah, I was relatively pleased with the character creator. I spent a good bit of time messing around, more than I usually do. I'm not one of those people who would sit for hours and make a character, but this time I sat for a little while and messed around with the settings and made myself a memorable character. I love it. There's a wide range of backgrounds to choose from, which will affect your starting skills, and yeah, they're actually pretty neat. It actually took me quite a while to decide what I wanted to be, because the starting skills seemed like it did affect the starting gameplay, but I eventually went to Space Scoundrel. And then you get to pick 3 traits. You don't have to, but you can. And I definitely picked Alien DNA, just throwing it out there. Once you have your spaceman or woman created, it's time to dive into the world of Starfield. And what a wonderful world it is. So, Starfield does start off slow. I will say that. It doesn't catapult you right into the spectacular action right away. You have to kind of work up to it, and it is a slow beginning. Probably one of Bethesda's slowest beginnings. out of all their games, I think. I could be wrong, but to me it kind of felt like it was a slow beginning compared to the rest of the games. But it did pay off once you start to really get the world open up to you. I recommend kind of focusing on main quests early on at least. Obviously you can do side quests alongside them, but it's important to knock out some of the main story quests so the whole game kind of opens up to you a little bit. And once it opens up to you, the vastness of this game starts to weigh in on you, and it becomes impressive if you're not already impressed. Now there's some things in this game that I haven't checked out yet, like shipbuilding. I have not touched that yet. I opened that menu and immediately felt overwhelmed, so that's something I'll touch on in the next video because I haven't done shit with that yet. I will say, however, just by glancing at this menu, you can tell there is so much you can do with your ship. I'm going to have a blast deep diving into this custom ship builder, and I'm probably going to build some ridiculous ass shit that you guys will eventually probably see, so yeah, I'm excited to give this a try, but I just wanted to play the game first and then get into the customization of the ship. So yeah, I haven't done much with this yet. I'm still rocking the Frontier. Now Sarah, she's probably one of my favorite Bethesda companions in a long time. There's just something about her where you just turn around and you're like, what the fuck are you doing? She's always like walking so far behind or something, and it's hilarious. Sarah just cracks me up.
If you could place it on the table here.
What if I don't want to? What if I just walk away right now and tell you to go fuck yourself? What about that, Sarah, huh? Huh? No, I'll do it. How do I get down there, Sarah? Fuck. She's zooming. Sarah is something else. I love having her in my crew. Sam's pretty cool too. Now this might be a hot take, I don't know and I don't care, but I actually enjoy the combat in Starfield. You can tell Bethesda's been refining their combat mechanics. They still aren't perfect, but they're enjoyable and it feels satisfying. The weapon variety in this game is pretty awesome, and the loot you constantly find makes exploring feel worth it. And yeah, that's so hard for other games to do nowadays for some reason, so I'm glad Bethesda can still do it. The menu and UI system is pretty straightforward. It's going to take some time getting used to the star map and menus and stuff like that. I'm still learning even with 5 to 6 hours in at this point, and yeah, it can feel very overwhelming. The game throws a lot of information at you kind of at once, which is why the beginning is slow. It's a lot to take in. Something I'm really thankful for in Starfield is the opportunity to pretty much fast travel to anywhere you need to go. Yes, you can take your ship and walk, but you can also just fast travel there. You can go to your mission, go to set course, and just go. Boom. You don't have to explore fully if you don't want to, but the game gives you that opportunity to make that choice, and I very much appreciate that. Now there is just so much to do in Starfield. Right from the gate, you're going to be getting activities popping up in your mission log, and if you pursue those activities, you're going to find some interesting things, and some boring side quests. I ain't gonna lie, some of these side quests really put me to sleep, but some of them really interesting. Like, I love how I had to become this guy's assistant. By doing so, gave me access to the governor, and he lost his ship, so he asked me to go get his ship for him, and I went and got his ship. But I didn't destroy it, and I lied to him because he has some dirty info on that ship. Now that was interesting. Starfield has some pretty nice aesthetics. I like a lot of the towns so far. The first one not so much, but everything after the first town I've enjoyed. The sound design is chef's kiss, like the thrusters on the ship. The sound design is so crisp, I love it. The guns are probably my least favorite part of the sound design, but everything else is pretty top notch. There are a fair amount of loading screens, if I'm being honest. It is not seamless, but the loading screens are short, and this game requires an SSD probably for that reason. The thing is, on paper that sounds fucking ridiculous. How can there be so many loading screens in 2023? But when you look at the scope of Starfield and you're actually playing the game, the loading screens actually don't bother you too much. I mean, you know they're there, and you can see the cuts Bethesda kinda did to hide some loading, but with the scope of Starfield, it's obviously going to be needed. We're not to the point where a game like Starfield can be Ratchet and Clank ripped apart. We're not there. Tech isn't there to where we can seamlessly transfer worlds like Starfield's trying to do. Like there's limits to what we can do with tech, and even if we can do that, I don't think performance on 90% of people's PCs are going to be good. So there's reasons for all this stuff, and tech just isn't there yet. Now the space combat in this game is pretty solid all around. It has some jank to it where you're like, where the fuck did he go? Where did he go? Why can't I lock onto him? Or like, yeah, you're trying to get him back in your crosshairs. It's the same issue I have in No Man's Sky. And I don't know if it's a skill issue or just the mechanics aren't there yet. Probably skill issue, but it is what it is, hey guys. But yeah, the ship combat is pretty damn good. Like, I had some good times blowing up some enemy ships. Where compared to No Man's Sky, I would do everything to avoid it. So yeah, A+ for Bethesda on that one. The skill tree is here in its fullest form, and honestly, I like the skill tree in this game. I like how you have to do challenges to unlock another rank. Some of them can be a little bit tedious, but you know what? I like it. I'm just gonna be honest, I like it. The skill tree in this game is pretty good to me. I appreciate the effort they put into making it different from every other RPG and every other RPG they've made. It is different from most of their other games. It's a nice skill tree with a lot of options for a lot of playthroughs. I don't even know what I want to explore yet, and I'm 5 hours in the game. There's just so much to think about and like experiment with in this game. And it is a Bethesda game. That means all the bugs and whistles are attached as well, and Starfield's no exception. I've had one bug that scared me, and it was telling me my game was corrupted and I could not save. Luckily, I had extra saves, so I was good. But someone who doesn't have extra save would have been fucked, and I had 3 hours in at that point. But every other bug I've come across have made me laugh, and yeah, there's some funny bugs in this game. It's a Bethesda game, guys. What do you expect? So yeah, guys, this is my first impressions of Starfield, Xbox biggest exclusive in years, and it's a fairly good one. I have my gripes about it. The game has its quirks I'm not fully, you know, there with yet, but I really enjoy the game so far, and I'm having a good time, and I'm about to play it some more. So there will be more Starfield videos, the Flat Out 2 videos coming very soon as well, and yeah, more videos on a lot of other things as well. So if you liked the video, go ahead, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Take care.